Hello everyone and welcome on this new video from Xtreme Trader. This is Salah speaking. So before we start, please don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel, and of course share the video. Now in this video, my friends, I will explain to you the easiest and best way to scalp forex using the trend lines in a way that I am pretty much sure that no one has explained before on YouTube. Well, I hope so. I believe that nobody explained like this before, and I believe this explanation is exclusive for Xtreme Trader. I hope so. Again, guys, I have made some searches and I didn't find anyone explaining in this way. Anyway, of course, in today's session, I'm going to explain to you this strategy of scalping with the trend lines, and tomorrow, hopefully, I will do some actual live trading right in front of you. Because, you know, guys, Xtreme Trader, we never talk about the past. We explain to you what happened, and then on the next video, we apply it actually on the live account. So we have to do trades using what we are explaining right here. So let me just tell you something, guys. When we want to use the trend lines, we have to be very careful about the direction of the market. For example, it's not a smart idea to trade against the direction if you are using the trend lines. So for example, right here, based on this chart of the 4-hour time frame, what we are having right now is an upper trend, just like that. So now, I want to teach you a trick, guys, that you can do to find the best and easiest entries and exits as well. Because actually, in my opinion, that many traders, they're having one mistake, which is learning so hard to find the right entry, but they never bother to find the right exit. I mean, it's nice to find an entry where the market will reverse, so you can enter it and place your buy or sell order, but did you learn about how and when you should exit your trades? That's the key element in being successful in scalping. Scalping is all about entering and exit. That's why we call it hit and run here on Xtreme Trader. It's just a hit and run. You just need to find the entry and find the exit and get out from this trade instantly. And we don't care what will gonna happen later. If the market will reverse in our favor, if it will continue go against our direction, we don't care, as long as we have made profits from the scalping. So let me now show you a cool trick to find the best and exits in easy way. So right now what we're having here is a supported trend line, as we can see. And look at that. That market has actually been able to respect that level as a supported trend line. Now, what you will do next is really interesting. What you will do, guys, is simply double click on the support line that you have just drawn here. Then hold the control button on your keyboard and meanwhile drag and drop, or actually just hold your left button on the mouse and just drag the same line, and you will see it now being cloned. Now what you will do is simply place the same line that you have just drawn here all the way on the next support trend line. So we have begun with that support trend line and we cloned it and placed it on the next support trend line. Don't look at the aftermath, just do what I'm telling you. Now what you will do next is simply drag the very same line again and do like that. Hold the control button and hold your left mouse key and just place it right here on the next support trend line that you can see, which is exactly right there. That was, of course, the next support trend line, as you can see, and it was also previously a resistance trend line. Keep going. Now what we will do is simply drag again the same line and place it right here at the next resistance or support trend line. That can be found exactly right there. This is exactly the resistance trend line where I have placed my line. It was here also a support trend line. Keep going. What I will do again, hold the control button, left mouse key, and drag the same line right here to place it all over right here at the nearest resistance trend line. Now, I want you guys to do something very nice. What I will do right now is simply draw here a line, just like that, crossing from the first line we have drawn here all the way to the last one. Now what I will do is simply count the pips. The pips from each line to another will most likely be almost equal. Let's begin. So the first resistance trend line has approximately 36 pips far away from the next trend line. Let me try this one right now. From this one right here to the next one. Check this out. Almost another 36 pips. Keep going. Again, from the point right here to the next one, and again almost almost another 39, 38 pips. And the last one, the distance from the support trend line to the next to the first support trend line is also almost the same, between 36 and 39 pips. Now, what does that mean? It means that the market actually, guys, is bouncing almost every 36 pips on this chart, as we can see right here. And remember that these lines or these levels are permanent. If it's permanent, it means that the market will continue bouncing on them forever. For example, right now we are having here an upper trend. If the market will continue bouncing on that upper trend, that means that our best entries and exits will be like that. We will have to wait to see the market breaking out actually from that level of a resistance trend line, then reverses back on it. This time, if the market will reverse back, it will actually be respecting that level of a support trend line right here. That's gonna be the best level to place your buy order. Now, regarding your exit will be exactly right here when the market reached this level of a previous support trend line and previously also a resistance trend line. So if you want to scalp, you can earn easily 58 pips or 60 pips of profit easily can be earned from this scalping, because you have placed your trade based on the direction of the trend. And right here we're having this level of a previous support trend line, which will most likely gonna be respected, and then the market will bounce again and you can exit your trade exactly right here. As long as the market is rising, we will continue chasing it. Meaning, if the market right now, let me just start again, it will be moving like this, bounces on that level of a support trend line, then resume the rise. I will exit my trade right here. Now we have to see what will gonna happen, because on the left side we are having here a resistance level, so there is a possibility for changing the direction of the trend. So what you will do is simply waiting for the market to react to that level. If the market breaks out from that level of a resistance right here, that means that our best entry will be when the market falls again and respects the same level of a previous key support trend line right here, and that's gonna be our entry. And meanwhile, our exit will be right on the next level of a previous resistance trend line. That's gonna provide you guys with the best entry and the best exit. That's, in my opinion, the safest way to find your entries and exits while you are scalping Forex. Now, keep in mind that I'm on the 4-hour time frame, but do this work on all time frames? The answer is absolutely a big yes, it does work. Let's move to the 15-minute time frame. I will do it right here in front of you. So now on the 15-minute time frame, we're actually on a downtrend. So what I will do right now, actually, guys, you know something? I want to find another chart, not this one. I want to find something clear based on the 15-minute time frame. All right, so the pound USD actually is moving in upper trend. I think it's a great example. So let me just now begin by draw here the support trend line. Of course, I had to zoom out because the chart is big. So, and we are of course on the 15-minute time frame. So what I will do right now is simply draw the support trend line just like that. It's important the line you're starting, guys. It has to be accurate from the point of the support trend line ending to the next support trend line. 2 points are enough. You don't need more than that. Let's keep rolling. Let's now hold your control button and move your mouse with the left key and place it right here, right on the next support trend line, just like that. Basic. Just like that. Perfect, perfect. Did I say basic? I meant perfect. All right, so right here we're having the next support trend line. It was also a resistance trend line and currently a support trend line. Keep going. So what I will do now is simply drag the same line right here and place it all the way right here at the next support trend line. And as we can see right here exactly is the next support trend line. It was a resistance trend line in the past. Guys, don't mind some rangings above these entries. Keep in mind you are actually talking about the 15-minute time frame. So when we are talking about the smaller time frame, you cannot place the lines to be exactly on the candles. There will be of course some rangings. There will be some rangings right here. But if you move it to the 4-hour time frame, you will see a different thing. You will see it very, very accurate. Meanwhile, on the 15-minute time frame, it might actually look a little bit messy, but remember, that's what we wanted actually. Now, what I will do lastly, what is lastly? There is no lastly. Anyway, what I will do finally is draw the line here and place it all the way right here at the next resistance trend line. Now let's check the distance between each line to make sure it's accurate. So it has to be almost the same or very close to it. I mean 26 pips, 28 pips from the first line to the second one. From the second line should be all, yes, 28 pips as well. Nice. And from this one right here to the last one is almost 28 pips as well. So it's accurate. Now if you want to scalp the pound USD, there is gonna be your best entry based on that level of a previous resistance trend line right here. It became right here a support trend line, so most likely we can place here now the buy order. I don't want to open a trade right now. I will never open a trade on my live account while I'm explaining. That's gonna be a suicide. However, if we place here a buy order right now, of course, those who are wondering, guys, I will open it tomorrow when I am ready to do some trades. But right now I'm explaining the strategy, and I'm not stupid to open the trade on my explaining time. I will do it when I am actually doing some trades. So for that, let's just be careful and wait until tomorrow when I do the live trading video. Now what you will do next is simply place your exit of the trade exactly to be right here on that level of a previous resistance. So let me just zoom in to show it to you. So our entry, guys, will be right here exactly. Check this out. The market will most likely be respecting that level of a previous support, as you can see right here at 1.26713. Also, it will be respecting the previous level of a resistance trend line. And your exit will be right here exactly. Actually, it can be higher than that. Let me just be sure. It actually might be higher to be right here at that level of a key resistance, because the market will continue the rise till it reach that level of a previous resistance trend line and a previous support trend line. And also, if we look at the left side, this was the nearest resistance to that fake breakout candle. So that's going to be exactly our take profit level. So here's your entry and here is your take profit level. As I'm telling you guys, your exit and your entries are very, very important. Now let me just do something more interesting. If 4 lines not enough, we can actually even add more. Let me just highlight right here again from the beginning this level of a support trend line. Now what I will do next is simply highlight the nearest support trend line, which is going to be right here exactly. Check this out. So right here also we do have a support trend line. Keep moving. I will clone it again and place it right here, right on the next support trend line. Check this out. Exactly, just like that. Just like, yes, exactly. My eyes was watching this one right here. Now, again, keep going right here on the next level of a resistance trend line, and again at the next level of a resistance trend line, and again at another level of a resistance trend line. As you can see, guys, it's just an endless trip or journey of placing your lines on the resistance and support trend lines. That is even for extra scalping if you wish to. Now what you can do, guys, is simply place your buy order exactly right here. You have to wait for this candle. Maybe the candle will continue the fall, and there is going to be our best entry when that level of support trend line is going to be respected again. The market will continue the rise, and that level of a previous resistance trend line is going to be our exit or our take profit level as well. We will have to wait for the market to rise again above that level, and if it reverses back, that level of support trend line will most likely gonna be respected, and then our exit will be exactly right here when the market hit that level of a previous resistance trend line and a previous level of support trend line, and so on. So guys, these lines can provide you actually with an accurate entries and exits as well. Check this out. Right here the market has reversed almost on that level of a resistance trend line. So now what we will do next with the pound JPY is simply waiting pound USD. Since the market is actually, guys, this candle still didn't close. Keep in mind that I'm on the 15-minute time frame, and this candle still has about 11 minutes for the closure. Time to next candle is 11 minutes. So there is a possibility that the market will continue the rise. However, we are not on any single trend line right now yet. So what we will do, we will have to wait to this candle to close. If it closes above that level of a previous support trend line, wait for the market to make a pullback, and that level of support trend line will be respected, and then keep your trade running till the market hit that level of a previous support trend line, and you can make a sweet 23 pips of profit, and so on. Let me just do it one more time in front of you with another pair, and I will still stick to the 15-minute time frame. I want to show you guys that it is really accurate and can provide you with a good exits. So right here on the AUDJPY, what I will do right now is simply draw the resistance trend line all the way like this. And by the way, guys, again, another reminder that I'm totally aware that there are some tools that can be used to find these levels manually, but I'm a trader who prefer always the manual tradings to have an accurate entry. So actually, guys, let me just you know what, because we are talking about explaining something, it's better to choose easy charts to make things easier, so we can on the next video maybe choose the hard chart like AUDJPY. It was actually a little bit harder, and there are a few things that I need to explain also, but we don't have much time to explain it. Oh yeah, that is fine. Okay, so NZDCAD is fine actually, guys. What I will do right now is simply draw the support trend line from the lower low all the way right here to the higher low, just like that. As you can see, those levels of support trend line has indeed been respected. Now clone it and place it right here, right on the next level of a support trend line. As you can see, keep moving right here, place it right here, right there exactly at the next support trend line, and keep moving just like that. Place it right here at the next level of a support trend line. I'm just trying to find it exactly, just like that. Fantastic. Yes. Now keep moving just like this on this level, and right here on this level, and right here, and right there, and right there, if I'm not mistaken, and right there. That's gonna be enough. Okay, now let's zoom in to show it to you. And by the way, guys, what I did right here, when I was moving these lines, I was simply placing my trend line based on this support trend line, then this support trend line, then this support trend line, and this resistance trend line, then this resistance trend line, and then this resistance trend line, and then support trend line, and finally the support trend line. So like that, you can just place your line on these levels. Make sure you are just placing it on the right levels. Now here, as you can see right now, the NZDCAD is indeed reversing on the level of a resistance trend line. So now what's your best opportunity here is to wait for the NZDCAD to fall again, and you have, guys, to make sure that your trades are indeed making sense. Meaning, if you want to place your trade right here, just make sure at the left side we do have here also a support level. So that's interesting. That means that the market most likely will first of all be respecting that level of a previous support, plus that level of a previous support trend line will gonna be respected. Then here you can place your buy order and keep the trade running till the market reach the nearest resistance trend line, and you can exit your trade with a sweet 13 or 14 pips only. So guys, that was actually a way to explain to you the strategy. I want you guys to practice this one because it's really, really important. It will give us always with the best and must defined entries and exits. I mean, by checking the history, I mean, I have drawn my line right here only based on the current chart. But if we look carefully right here on the previous chart as well, look at that. That's the chart that I didn't see. That is the chart that I didn't even look at. As you can see, my friends, the market has actually always been respecting those levels of a support and resistance trend line. Of course, there were some occasions when the market didn't respect them. But again, I'm telling you, you have to make sure that your entry does really make sense. For example, placing here a buy order has to be followed by if there is any support right here. If there was no support, then you cannot place your buy order, and so on. And by the way, those levels, guys, are permanent, meaning you can keep them forever. Absolutely fine. You can keep them running forever. You don't have to draw them again and again and again. If you have drawn already these levels like the way I did right here, then you can keep it running forever. And of course, if you want to have more accurate levels, you have to rely on the bigger time frames, such as 4-hour time frame. If you draw your levels based on the 4-hour time frame, you will have a much more accurate entries than on the 15-minute time frame, and your entry points will be much more accurate if you draw it based on the bigger time frames. So again, guys, That was a sweet way actually to scalp the Forex market using the trend lines, and I will be back to you soon to do it on the actual live account and do some live tradings. So until then, I hope that was informative to you, and I would like to thank you for watching.